friend. You're listening to The Sustainable Bodyworker, the podcast for massage therapists who want to grow thriving, purpose-led businesses without the burnout. Here we talk about nervous system aligned business strategy, pricing that makes sense, client work that doesn't deplete you, and how to build a career that actually supports your life. I'm your host, Gretchen Popp, massage therapist, mentor, educator, and recovering overachiever. Let's get into it. Hey friends, before we dive in today, I just want to take a moment to share a little reminder of something really exciting coming up for the Sustainable Bodyworker podcast. The holidays are coming up, and behind the scenes, Kelsey and I have been cooking up something really fun for the new year, which is a free challenge that is our fresh, sustainable take on New Year's resolutions. It's going to be simple, super supportive, and designed to help you start the year feeling really grounded and aligned in your work and your life. So if you haven't already, share your favorite episode, maybe even this one, with another massage therapist or practitioner that you know, because the more people that we bring into this community before the challenge kicks off, the more energy and connection we can all create together. It's going to be really super fun. I'm super duper excited about it, and I cannot wait to share more details with you. And truly, with this episode coming out on Thanksgiving week, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who's been listening and anyone new listening in. Seeing our listener community grow and watching how this podcast is being shared and hearing from so many of you about how it's inspired connection and sustainability in your own practice, this has meant the world to me. And I know that I can speak for Kelsey when I say that she is feeling really excited about all of that too. There are even local groups forming around these conversations, which blows me away. And it's really a huge gift to witness the ripple effect of this work. So thank you for everyone who has been a part of this. It really wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for everyone listening in. And I also want to share a huge thank you to Kelsey, who is behind the scenes producing and editing every single episode. She also brings so much insight and inspiration to these conversations. She helps make this show what it is, finding guest speakers to connect with and coming up with topics and the cool idea like the New Year's challenge we've got coming up. Again, so many fun details about that. Kelsey, from the bottom of my heart, it means so much to me to have you here by my side as we work on this project together. All right, let's get into today's episode. So today we are talking about gratitude, but not in the typical surface level way that usually comes up around Thanksgiving. You know, the one where everyone goes around the table and lists something that they're grateful for before diving into dinner. And you know, some people have the wonderful family unit where it doesn't feel as contrived. And I'm so happy for you that if that is a case for you. But for me, in my past, the tradition has felt kind of forced. And I had this conversation about this during a Friendsgiving recently, because what I celebrate is Friendsgiving, the found family that I've developed over time. And I had mentioned that it kind of feels contrived to be expected to express gratitude in that one specific moment when it's rarely something that we practice any other time of year, at least from my experience. I know there are families out there that make it a part of their daily routine or a much more consistent part of their routine, and I want to honor that as well. But really that conversation, connecting with others who felt the same way, hit home for me because growing up, that was my experience. Gratitude wasn't really something that we talked about or lived by. It only really came up in two situations: at Thanksgiving, when everyone is saying in a circle what they're grateful for in that moment, or when I was instructed to write a long, overly formal thank you card after receiving a gift. And as I got older, I realized how those limited performative expressions of gratitude almost made me resent the concept altogether. Really, why should gratitude be reserved for a holiday or for when someone gives us something? But the truth that I've come to understand is gratitude isn't about obligation or performance. It's actually a practice. And it's not just an emotional one. It's actually physiological, something that literally changes how our brain and nervous system function. So let's get into it. You all know that I love getting into the nitty-gritty neuroscience of how all this works because I love a good brain hack, right? So the neuroscience of gratitude is absolutely fascinating. When we take a moment to notice what's working, whether it's writing it down or verbally saying thank you or just pausing to appreciate something, we're actually lighting up specific regions in the brain that are associated with reward, connection, and positive emotion. And these are the same neuropathways involved in empathy and moral reasoning, the parts of the brain that help us process meaning to connect with others and stay anchored in what truly matters. That all sounds great, right? So when we practice gratitude, even in small ways, we're not just feeling good. We're actively strengthening the brain's ability to perceive safety, connection, and abundance, and reducing the dominance of stress-based thought patterns. And it's wild when you think about it. Something as simple as a moment of appreciation can change how you experience and respond to the world around you. Now, for practitioners, especially those of us who work hands on and hold space for others on a regular basis, this is absolutely huge. We give so much of ourselves in our sessions. We have our hands that we're providing physically, our focus, our own nervous system regulation and energy. That is a massive energetic output. And when we consistently take a few moments to acknowledge what we're grateful for, we're actually replenishing our own inner resources to be able to show up much more wholly. Gratitude in that sense becomes nourishment. It helps our systems recover from the constant giving that we're doing. And it also helps us shift our internal dialogue from I have to do this to I get to do this. And that seems really simple. And I'm big on the little language shifts that we can make that completely change our perception. I love this so much. I'm actually going to be teaching a ton on this in my upcoming CE webinar class for the Sustainable Bodyworker. Everyone who has an active Sustainable Bodyworker membership will get access to this class. It's going to be huge on the tiny little shifts that we can make that really, really impact how we perceive any experience that's coming to us. So this change might sound small, but it actually is everything, because that internal shift changes the tone of your voice. It changes the quality of your touch, the presence that you bring, and the energy in general that you're bringing to your client and the treatment room. When it comes down to it as well, we're also wired very literally to focus on the negative. It's part of our survival system. If you were living in the wild, it would make sense to focus on the tiger creeping toward you instead of the beautiful, delicious-looking patch of strawberries nearby. And that same survival mechanism still runs our brains today, only now the tiger might be an upcoming bill or a full email inbox or that one toxic client who drains your energy just by seeing their name on your schedule. So when things feel off, it's not that you're doing gratitude wrong or that you're an ungrateful human. It's that your brain is doing its job protecting you from potential threats. There's a system that is set in place and set in motion that fires when you feel threatened. And yes, even that upcoming email that you need to respond to or something like that that is taking up space in your brain is setting off that survival mechanism. And that's why gratitude isn't just about ignoring what's hard. It's not what it's about at all. It's about retraining the mind to also notice what's good, even if it's something as simple as having running water in your home or having electricity or even a roof over your head. When practiced regularly, those small acknowledgments start to change your baseline, your default emotional tone, so to speak. And that's why I love a really simple morning gratitude practice. This has been clinically proven to create real change in the brain and your perception of life as a whole. Even just 60 seconds of recognizing one or two things that you appreciate can set the tone for your entire day. And when everything feels like it's falling apart, because let's be real, that happens, that's when gratitude becomes the most powerful. But it's not always easy to see all the things that we can be grateful for during these times. So I recommend not just doing a quick little gratitude practice every morning, but starting by creating a list short list, it doesn't have to be long, of things that you can always return to no matter how rough things are. The basics that you're privileged to experience, the constants in your life. This can bring your nervous system back to center and start to open up your eyes to all of the other things that you can be grateful for, even when things are really, really challenging. For example, I have clean running water in my home. The sun came up this morning. I have a place to rest at night, or I get to do meaningful work. Even just the ability to be in your body in a certain way is a privilege. And thinking about these things that we can get to look at in different ways makes a big difference for how we experience gratitude and start to get the ball rolling for a gratitude practice. And this might sound really simple, the sun rising this morning. Of course it did, but that's truly something to be in awe of and grateful for. These reminders will recalibrate your mind from a threat to a sense of safety, from scarcity to presence. So, we're going to continue unpacking this in the next part of the episode, including how gratitude physically rewires the brain over time and how it can be one of the most accessible tools for emotional regulation and long-term professional sustainability. And that's what we are all about here with the Sustainable Body Worker podcast. And then to help you actually feel what we've been talking about, I'll guide you through a short gratitude visualization that you can practice anytime, whether it's at the end of your day, before a session, or in the quiet in-between moments. Hey friend, quick pause in the episode because I have to share something that's made a huge impact on both my practice and the work I teach inside my courses. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you probably remember the teal cups I started out with. Those were iconic in my early days of teaching cupping therapy. But here's the thing I learned the hard way. Not all silicone cups are created equal. I started noticing huge inconsistencies between sets. Cups that discolored fast, sharp edges that irritated my client's skin, and it just wasn't cutting it for the level of work I was doing. And in 2020, I found Global Cupping, and I've never looked back. Their cups are hands down the clearest, smoothest, and most consistent silicone cups I've ever used, and I've tried a ton. The difference in quality is immediately noticeable. These cups stay clear even after repeated disinfection, and they're built to stand up to high-level sanitation protocols, something I insist on teaching in my neuromuscular cupping therapy trainings. What I also love is the customizability. I can mix and match sizes in a set, no more stockpiling a bunch of cups I never use, and their silicone facial cups are my absolute go-to now for jaw work. No more rubber bulbs on the glass cups to worry about disintegrating, just easy to clean, durable tools that are comfortable for both the client and the therapist. In my own approach, I combine cupping with movement, massage, and retraining at the neuromuscular junction. And that means I need cups that can move with the body, grip well, and feel safe and smooth on sensitive tissue. These silicone cups, especially the 55 hardness to start with, are perfect for that. And for chronic pain clients, especially those with nervous system dysregulation, the ability to glide, pause, and work in dynamic ways is key to breaking pain cycles. Plus, their customer service, impeccable. I'm a stickler for this. I've had questions, students have had questions, and they're always quick, professional, and just genuinely kind. It makes a really big difference. So whether you're brand new to cupping or you're refining your technique, this is the gear I recommend. It's an investment in your practice that pays off in results, ease of use, and your client's comfort. Use code NEURO at checkout for 20% off your first order at globalcupping.com. All right, let's get back to the episode. We're going to continue unpacking this because gratitude doesn't just affect our thoughts, it affects our entire physiology. When people experience genuine gratitude, brain scans show increased activity in the regions that help us interpret meaning, connect socially, understand others, and stay aligned with our values. So in simple terms, gratitude strengthens the parts of the brain that help us feel human, connected, purposeful, grounded. And this is exactly how we want to be embodied as a practitioner of body work. And the research goes even deeper. Consistent gratitude practices have been linked to better sleep, improved heart health, reduced anxiety, lower inflammation, and even fewer doctor's visits. And I think all of us could appreciate all of those things a little bit more. And this is all because gratitude helps regulate the nervous system. It brings the body out of that chronic threat response, fight or flight, that many of us live in, especially practitioners. Now, for body workers specifically, This matters more than we think. Our work requires so much output. We're not just physically working. Yes, it is physically demanding of a job, but we are constantly emotionally attuning. We are regulating our own systems so that clients can regulate theirs in our presence. We're navigating boundaries consistently and we're present and attentive for hours at a time. And the most common thing that I hear from practitioners that receive coaching from me who are burnt out and struggling to maintain is that this is not something that they can keep up anymore. And I truly believe that one of the keystones that might shift this is a simple gratitude practice. Gratitude can become a buffer in this scenario. It can be a replenishing agent, so to speak, a way to refill the inner reserves that are constantly being drawn from as we do our work. And in addition to that, gratitude activates the brain's reward and motivation centers. These are the pathways that release dopamine. So it's not just I'm grateful. It's your brain literally shifting into a state where your tasks feel lighter, connection with others feels easier, and your work feels more meaningful. I don't know about you, but when I am in a really good mood, sending out those newsletter emails or writing an Instagram post or taking a couple of photos for future marketing or whatever is not necessarily hands-on work feels a lot easier for me. But when things are tough and when my dopamine pathways are reduced for whatever reason, those things all fall by the wayside. And I might even struggle to remember to send a confirmation text to a client, these things that actually make my business run, right? So when we get to do this practice that actually allows us to not just connect better with more empathy and just with this sense of deeper meaning, but we also get a reward sensation from it, it makes a big, big difference. And over time, these shifts compound. Gratitude can begin to rewire your baseline patterns, the way that your brain is interpreting the world around you, your place in it, like who am I to be here? The imposter syndrome that so many of us experience as our business grows actually kind of doesn't have a voice so much when you have a regular gratitude practice, as well as the energy that you bring into each day. It's so, so important how we shift this energy to come from a place of gratitude and how it impacts our clients. And there's another layer here. Gratitude improves emotional regulation as a whole. People who practice gratitude consistently show stronger neural connections in areas of their brain tied to connection, empathy, and emotional balance, and a smaller physiological stress response overall. And this is why gratitude feels so grounding because it physiologically is. And the beautiful thing about this is it's not limited to personal practice. When we share gratitude within our community, whether it's thanking a coworker or someone that you maybe share an office space with, or appreciating a mentor or a teacher, or acknowledging the impact a client has had on you, whatever it is, it strengthens our social fabric and it reminds us that we're not doing this work alone. That sense of connection is one of the strongest protections against burnout, compassion fatigue, and the loneliness that can so easily build up in this profession. But I want to acknowledge that this is not the easiest practice. It's absolutely simple to sit and write down in the morning 3 things that you're grateful for, but it's not always easy. So if gratitude feels a bit hard for you right now, or if it's just not something that comes easily, I've created the most low effort, super accessible way to practice it. This little visualization that we're going to do here in a minute can help shift your perception, regulate your system, and just help you feel a bit more open and receptive. And you don't have to do anything. I recommend popping in your headphones to get the best audio experience. And all you have to do is follow along while you relax. And if you want to take this work a step further, I also made a free custom hypnotherapy experience for you. It's specifically designed to support you in growing a thriving practice that's rooted in your unique mission and values. The link for that is sitting right there in the show notes of every episode. But for right now, join me for today's quick practice. Now, if you're driving, multitasking, or somewhere that you can't fully drop in, just pause the episode here and make a mental note to come back to this later today. Really give yourself a few minutes to just dive into a true sense of gratitude with me before we head into the holiday. All right, so I'll give you a moment to find your comfortable space before we get started. So, if you haven't already, find a place to sit or lie down where you can get completely comfortable and just begin to let your body settle onto the surface beneath you, noticing the points of contact, feeling the weight of your limbs, and the sense of quiet beginning to arrive inside of you. And bring your awareness to your breath now without changing anything, just noticing the quality of your inhale, quality of your exhale. Just allowing yourself to recognize that there's nothing to do right now except paying attention to your breath, feeling it enter through your nostrils, exit through your mouth, perhaps allowing the breath to deepen as you settle more deeply into the surface that's supporting you. Just noticing the room around you, any sounds in the background, temperature of the air on your skin, any color that's shining through your closed eyelids. Just noticing all of it can be here without needing anything from you. Just your awareness of this present moment now. Now I want you in your mind's eye to imagine seeing yourself from above as though you are an observer floating at the ceiling. Just noticing what your body looks like. And now what would it look like if it were 2 times more relaxed and 2 times more immersed in this experience? That's it. From head to toe, just noticing what your body would look like, completely relaxed. And now float down into that version of you, becoming connected once more. Very good. Just letting yourself melt and settle into that version of you that's 2 times more relaxed. Very good. Your whole body just melted and relaxed and supported. Now imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a path in nature. Whatever imagery arises for you is perfect. Just noticing the details of this place now. Begin walking along this path now. Notice the sound beneath your feet with each step. Feeling the gentle brush of air as you walk. What surrounds you as you move forward. Just taking in all the details now. And as you continue walking up ahead, notice that the path opens into a garden. It's beautiful, safe, and peaceful. Walk into this garden now. And you'll notice many different types of plants here, each one representing something in your life that is supporting you, sustaining you, holding you up even when things feel difficult. Allow the first plant that draws your attention to represent one thing that you are grateful for right now. Allow it to show itself. Notice its color, its shape, its energy. And as you stand with this plant, allow a wave of appreciation to rise in your body. Just feeling what gratitude for this feels like and where it shows up in your body. Very good. Now move along to another plant, another one which catches your attention. And let it represent something in your life that feels simple or easily overlooked. Something that's supporting you quietly. Just trusting whatever comes to your mind as you look upon this plant now. And allow yourself to feel that wave of appreciation for it now. Breathing into that sensation as you look upon this plant and notice all its beauty. Good, and now a third plant reveals itself. This one holds gratitude even in difficult times. A lesson learned, a strength gained, perhaps a moment you moved through when you didn't know how you would. Let this plant reflect the resilience in you. Just notice all the qualities represented there now. Feel the wave of appreciation and gratitude flow through you now as you recognize all it has done for you. Very good. And now step back to just take in the whole garden. All these living symbols of support, just witnessing everything. Feel the wave of gratitude for moments, people, places, things which you might not even be consciously aware of all of the time, which are represented by all the beautiful plants growing in this garden. And now take this feeling of gratitude and bring it into your body fully. Let it settle like warmth in your ribs, in your belly, in your heart space. Just really allowing it to settle. And when you're ready, begin walking back along the path from where you came, bringing this subtle shift within you. And as I count from 5 to 1, you'll return fully to the room, a clear, steady, and gently uplifted sensation coming with you. 5, feeling your body again. 4, noticing the air on your skin. 3, deepening your breath. 2, wiggling your fingers and toes. And 1, opening your eyes and coming back to the room. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday with so much love and gratitude. And may a simple gratitude practice find its way into your life so that you can experience this incredible sensation far beyond the holidays. We'll see you next time.